Right, yeah, right. Let's review the answers for this activity where I asked you to come up with a clear point about Whymper's attitudes and a comment on how that was demonstrated in the quotation selected. So the first one, we've got they fell from precipice to precipice onto the Matterhorn Glacier, a distance of nearly 4,000 feet in height. So perished our comrades. Okay, so describing how they fall down to probably I presume that's hard rock ledge beneath. So I said Whymper feels shocked and disturbed by the memory of their death. Because perished literally means to die. You may have also said that Whymper feels saddened by it, but I went for shocked and disturbed. And if you've got something similar, get your purple pen out and give yourself a tick. Okay, and we want to particularly focus on the chosen words that shows attitude. Now we come to the analysis. Now I picked out the word precipice and the 4,000 feet, and I've actually picked out that they repeat the word. So the repetition of precipice emphasises the steepness and suddenness of the drop, because that's what a precipice is. This is emphasised by the fact of 4,000 feet is running out of space. So if you've managed to explain a key word like precipice, then give yourself a tick. Perhaps you've commented on perished, or the fact that he uses an exclamation mark. That's absolutely fine. If you've explained it, give yourself a tick. Next one. Immediately we heard Cros's exclamation, old Peter and I planted ourselves as firmly as the rocks would permit. We held, but the rope broke. Now I've said Whymper is eager to show that he tried to save the men. You might also have said that Whymper was eager to show how quickly this happened, or Whymper's attitude was that it was a serious situation. That's fine too. Give yourself a tick. Now I want to focus on some of the details. So I've gone for immediately, shows he responded quickly, planted, firmly, and held. So I've picked out a little cluster of words there. Those three together. Shows their intense efforts to save the men. Give yourself a tick if you put something similar. Whymper seems to blame the rope. So I've made 3 points there. Give yourself a tick for each clear explanation you've given, especially if you've linked it to a word from the quote. Okay, number 3. For a few seconds we saw our unfortunate companions sliding downward on their backs and spreading out their hands, endeavouring to save themselves. Now I've gone for Whymper clearly feels pity for the men who died and helpless as he watches them. Perhaps you've also picked out horrified, that image of them spreading out their hands, trying to save themselves, but they can't. I don't know if I can think of another one other than horrified, but if you thought of one you think makes sense, give yourself a tick. And let's have a look at how we could analyse that. So I said unfortunate suggests that they were unlucky, and companions that they were friends who would be missed. Quite simple, really. And that links that idea that, it's pity. And, sorry I couldn't have one. Last one. The 2 men, that is the guides, the Tagwalders, are paralysed by terror, cried like infants. And I said Whymper is critical of the other survivors and thinks they should have been braver. You might also say that he's judging them, or perhaps that his attitude is harsh or unforgiving. It's a pretty extreme situation. And I've picked out the word paralysed. It shows that they become useless to him and they could not even save themselves, which is an issue because he's actually trapped between those 2 men. And then I picked out infants, cried like infants, suggests that they're pathetic, childlike state of fear. Or perhaps you think that's meant to be sympathetic. I might suggest that it's more similar to calling someone a crybaby. Okay, so hopefully what we've gleaned today is that we can infer the narrator's attitudes by looking for emotive words in their writing. And when we explain things, we pick out those keywords and comment on them. And we can see that Whymper did feel bad about what happened, but he also didn't want to be to blame. And he also thought that he was probably the most heroic. I hope you've enjoyed today's lesson. Look forward to tomorrow's.